Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. If you're new here, hit the thumbs up or subscribe. Also, if you're new here, I post videos. Uh, well, I'll be posting videos more frequently today nowadays. Uh, since yeah, well, yesterday I took the day off, but back today for Friday and the last day of January, and I'm going to pull up the time clock of the sky right now, where I am in San Francisco, California, at 2:10 p.m., where we have Cancer rising. And we only have two planets retrograde at this time. Uranus, when it moved into direct motion yesterday, January 30th. The moon is in Pisces. And so, yes, actually, so if you're a Cancer rising, you have a lot of activity happening in your 8th and 9th houses right now. Jupiter is in your 12th house, Cancer rising, and Mars retrograde is in your first house, Cancer rising. So it might be time to like uh do some maintenance on your body, your personality, maybe doing something and taking the initiative to do something uh, constructive instead of destructive with Mars in your first house. Yeah. Um, let's see. And it's making a trine. Mars is making a trine to Jupiter. I'm sorry, not Jupiter. I'm pointing to Venus, Saturn, and the moon. It'll eventually trine the moon. So trine moon, Saturn, and Venus, and also Neptune. Well, it's trying Neptune before, but it's still within orb, I guess. If you're going to with an 8-degree orb or so. Um, and the sun is still within orb of a trine with Jupiter, which has been a very beneficial day. Whenever the sun and Jupiter are make a trine to each other in air signs, it's a very good time to be more optimistic, expressive. Mercury is coming into this too. It's at 6 degrees. It's 6 degrees away from the sun, or behind the sun at the moment. Oh, let's see. Before I go on any further, and you hear my voice, yeah, my name is, let me introduce myself. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian. I am an intuitive astrologer and a certified tarot card reader. I post videos, at least two. I will be posting videos 2 to 3 times a week, depending on my schedule. So yeah, I will be posting at least 3, possibly 4 days a week. Yeah. Most likely Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. And yes. And so yes, actually, and if there's a special thing that I wanted to uh if I want to, I'll be also doing some live videos too during the week, at least 1 or 2 live. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so my schedule is with teaching and clients. So yeah. Um, and if you want to book a reading with or book a reading with me, you can email me at stevenschatz@gmail.com. And that will be in the description box below the video. And you can buy a package of a coaching package with me to learn astrology or the tarot. I can teach both on the tarot and astrology. And if you want to book a reading with your natal chart reading or solar return chart, we can also do that. And so yes, actually, so yeah, actually here is what the time clock looks like right now. And it's still going. It's 2:16, almost 2:17 p.m. In the West Coast, in San Francisco, California. And I think I'm going to stop this share. So yeah, actually Uranus is at 23 degrees 15 minutes. It'll be, yeah, so if we move this into a day, let's move this into days. So February 1st, at this time, the moon will still be in Pisces. We'll have all these planets in Pisces. Saturn, Neptune, the North Node, Venus, and the moon will all be in Pisces all tomorrow too. So yes. And then we'll move this a day. And then anything else move? Anything else? Any planetary movement? Nope. Uranus is still at 23 degrees 15 minutes on February 1st. February 2nd, still Uranus is at 23 degrees 15 minutes. Anything new? Anything different? No, not until the 4th of February when Venus moves into Aries. Venus will be moving into a Mars ruled sign. So Mars in Cancer will be dealing with something with Venus in Aries. They will square each other, I guess, when Venus moves to 19 degrees. Let's see. Or 18. So, it's going to be square Mars on Yeah, it's coming to a square, and actually Mars will go direct, and then every planet will be moving direct by February, by the end of February. Uh, so here we have Venus is starting to go retrograde on March 2nd, I believe, right? I think it's March 2nd that Venus goes retrograde. Let's see. Or is it March 1st? The um, early morning hours of March 1st. It's or late, well, actually later in the day of March 1st. Okay. Sorry about that, all everybody. I'm even getting dizzy here. March 1st. Yeah, later in the evening, March 1st, Venus moves retrograde on the West coasts. So, and Mars is now going direct. Venus is the only planet that will be retrograde after in the evening of March 1st. Huh. Yep. But actually that's pretty good for me. I won't have any retrograde planets in my solar return chart. Yay. Because I showed you my solar return chart. And I can do that again right now because I want to. And we will see. Uh, let's see. Let's go here. Let's go to nearest solar return. And that will be, yes. So yeah, actually the ascendant will be in Gemini. My solar return ascendant will be in Gemini. Venus is not retrograde yet. It's at 10 degrees, 49 minutes of Aries. And the moon is also in Aries. So yeah, my solar return, the sun returned to its 11 degrees, 17 minutes at 10:20 a.m. March 1st, Saturday, March 1st, which is kind of interesting that this will be my solar return. Jupiter is transiting my 7th house, but my solar return, Jupiter is in the 1st. If I showed you just the solar return chart alone, see, yeah, the ascendant is at 7 degrees Gemini. Jupiter is at 12, so Jupiter is in the 1st house of my solar return ascendant, and Mercury is ruled by, oh, I'm sorry, Mercury is ruled by Gemini, the 1st house ruler. So that's the lord of this, or the ruler of this solar return chart, where Mercury is at 27 degrees, 19 minutes of Pisces in the 10th house, which I showed you this before. So I have all these Pisces planets will be in my 10th house. Mars will be in the 2nd house of money, which is a good thing. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you can read this as a standalone, or you can do this with read this as I am in my in the 7th house. I'll also be 55, which means that I'm going to be in my 8th house, because 55 years of age. So if you started 0 would be the first house. 1 would be the second. 2, if you're 2 years old, you're in the third. 3, the fourth. 4, the fifth. 5, the sixth. 7, wait, 6. Oh, wait, 2, 3, 4. If you're when you're 6 years old, you're in the seventh. So yeah, actually that's perfection years. So perfecting to 55, you're in an 8th house year. So that's Mars. No, I'm sorry, Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. So I would be looking at the moon and Jupiter in the first house, and where the sun has, and well, the ruler of the first house, which is Gemini, is Mercury. Sorry, the ruler of Gemini is Mercury, or Mercury rules Gemini, and it's in detriment and fall in the sign of Pisces. And so yeah, actually my North Node, and I'll have a North Node will return later this year when the North Node goes in back to 11 degrees. That'll be December 20th. I know that for sure. So let me stop this, and I need to pause the video. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, as I was showing you, actually, okay. So, Venus is actually enter 0 degrees of Aries exactly at 11:57-ish p.m. in the evening. Yeah, at night on February 3rd. Adjust for your time zone. Probably be the 4th on the East Coast. Yeah. So it'll be February 4th on the East Coast, and probably like afternoon in Greenwich Mean GMT time, or in London, England, London, or in the overseas just for your time zone. So yes, we'll have Venus entering Aries then. And the only 2 planets that are retrograde are Jupiter and Mars. Or Mars, yeah, Jupiter and Mars. Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Cancer. And nothing is opposing, nothing is in Capricorn. So nothing is opposing Mars in Cancer. Nothing, we don't have any planets in Capricorn, so there is no opposition to Mars. The only square from Mars is to Chiron in Aries. And there's nothing in Libra to square Mars. So that's a good thing for Mars. Actually, this is making a trine to Saturn. The malefics are making a trine to each other. Actually, I think that's a good thing. That the malefics are trying one another. they're canceling each other out. It's a trine there. We're going to be working together in very watery, emotional, and so Saturn will give it stability, the uh discipline it needs, and they'll be trining each other. They'll be working well together. Uh Mars and Cancer, which is retrograde anyway, but and they're both in signs they don't enjoy being in. Saturn does not like being in a water sign, and neither does Mars like being in a water sign. So, actually, this is gonna both, I guess, be miserable together. I guess maybe but I don't see it being miserable at all. I see that it's going to be working. They're going to trying to find um things in common that they can work on together. Initiate and yeah, put structure to those things that need to be done. And the moon, you'll be in Taurus, so that's the midpoint. That's actually it will be the midpoint between these two. So that's a good thing, I think. And the moon in Taurus is exalted. The moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus, which is a very good thing. In my opinion, anyway. Taurus moons are very, mm, I would say they're down to earth. They are enjoy the best things in life. Um, Everything needs to be tangible for them to feel safe. So they need to have physical things, tangible things that they can actually, even money or possessions that they enjoy having too. And that'd be for Scorpio rising. Scorpio will be on the rise at this time also. So, all right, let's move this time clock to Aries. Okay. Venus will be in your sign, Aries. Actually, you'll be taking a lot of enjoying things, Venusian things, but it's gonna have a flavor of Mars because Mars rules this Venus in Aries, and it's in your fourth house. So things from the fourth house, well, you might want to have a luxurious things in your home, taking action in your home to look good. Everything needs, yeah, aesthetically pleasing to the eye. You will look very nice in appearance when Venus is in your first house. Jupiter is no longer retrograde. Yes. Jupiter, no, we don't have any planets retrograde except for Mars. And Venus, I'm sorry, Jupiter moved into his direct motion on hold on. On the 30th was Uranus direct. And then I think February 4th is when Jupiter goes direct. Yeah, February 4th, Jupiter goes direct. Yes. And Venus goes into Aries. So, right. For Aries rising, this is a really good time for you to do, well, it's a good time for you, abundance in your neighborhood or healing things with your siblings, with Jupiter in the 10th, in the third house of your siblings, your neighborhood, local things that are local travel or short distance travels is great for you to take into account. You'll have the means and the money to do it with the moon in Taurus. Um, the Mercury and the Sun are actually conjunct each other, or is this starting to apply to a conjunction 4 degrees apart? So it's 12 and 16. Well, we can say that's 13 and 17. So 4 degrees apart, yeah. In your 11th house of friends, social groups, social causes. So yeah, actually, there's probably going to be a lot of activity for you, Aries, in this in your 11th house. Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node are still in your 12th house, Aries. But actually, that's going to be behind the scenes. That'll be happening while you're probably sleeping or unconscious, something that will happen when you're unconscious, like when you're sleeping, dreaming. And so yeah, and Mars rules that's in your 4th house. So yes. And Venus is transiting your 1st house right now. Aries rising. It's a very good day, a time for you to look your best, put on your best clothes, be more, you'll be noticed a lot more with Venus in your 1st house. All right, next, Taurus. Taurus rising. Well, when the moon is in your 1st house, Taurus, whole sign, 1st house. Yeah, yeah. Venus has just moved into Aries in your 12th house. So, Venus in the 12th. Well, this isn't, yeah, you won't be noticed as much. Which is okay for Taurus. They like to be down. They'll be having a nice time, a good time to be quiet, sit in meditation, be a little isolated right now. It's a good time for Taurus to just lay low and just be uh do things in isolation, which isn't too bad. Uh what else? Well, it's Venus is not making any aspects to anything. That's part of this is part of fortune, but that's not for everybody. Everybody's part of fortune can be anywhere. But if you have the part of fortune here, then yes, that it'll be a very significant time for you, Taurus risings. Um, your 10th house is lit up, and so is your 11th. So 10th, the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto in your 10th house of your public persona, how you are seen in your career. Um, you will get many, you'll probably be talking about career advancements and the things that you want to transform in your career in the coming years, 20 years. Pluto is here going to be transforming your 10th house, Taurus rising. Alrighty, let's move on to our Gemini rising. We have Jupiter in your first house. Gemini, yes, but you're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in Aquarius in the 9th house of higher learning, book publishing, the higher self, your spiritual uh awareness, the law, belief, certain belief, like yeah, your belief system. Pluto is going to be doing a transformation of your belief systems here, Gemini rising you too. So you'll be your beliefs will be tested, and everything will change after that is the next 20 years with your belief systems, your uh your belief in a god or religion. Religious beliefs will change too. So you'll be communicating about it, and it's going to be transforming a lot for you, Gemini rising. The moon is in your 12th house, so yeah, and you'll have some unusual dreams, and still, now that Uranus is direct, which things will be shown to you in an interesting, unconventional and revolutionary way. And bring up the emotions from the past too, with Taurus in the 12th, with the moon in the 12th house. Yeah. Mars taking action in your money house. All right, let's go on to Cancer rising. Cancer rising. Well, the moon, you're ruled by the moon. So the moon moves a sign every 2.5 days. So for on the 4th, the moon is in Taurus in your 11th house of friends, social groups, social causes, friends, benefactors, Casa 2. And so you'll have a big emphasis on your 11th house because the moon rules your sign on the 4th. The moon in Taurus rules everything about you on the 4th. But you'll be doing things, initiating things. Just make sure you're not doing things, you're not doing destructive things to destroy your reputation and your persona, your appearance. Yeah, actually not a good time to go under the knife also for Cancer rising. If you need to have surgery, not a great time when Mars is in your 1st house, especially when it's retrograde. What else? Mars is also making a trine to the 9th and your 5th house. So these are the Dharma houses. This is like you, your higher purpose, and how you interact and enjoy things and the things you find fun and but well, the vertex really isn't a planet, but if you have the vertex at 20 degrees or anywhere between, I'd say 15 maybe 16 degrees of Cancer or Scorpio or Pisces, then that's a big trine for you. So yeah, actually this is a really good time to look introspectively at your beliefs and what you enjoy doing, because the 5th house is the house of fun, things you enjoy, hobbies and stuff like that. So yes, okay, so moving on to our Leo rising. Well, Leo rising, you're ruled by the sun, and the sun is in your 7th house of relationships, one-to-one relationships. The marketplace. Negotiations with clients and all kinds of stuff on for the 7th house of relationship, other people, your spouse too. The sun in Aquarius is ruled by Saturn in Pisces, which is in the 8th house. So you can also look at it that way too. The sun, Aquarius rules Saturn, or Saturn rules Aquarius. So, and so is Mercury in Aquarius rules Saturn in Pisces. So yes, it's a lot of 8th house themes here of your other spouses or of your spouse's money, credit card debt, death, taxes, taking care of all of those things. Possibly with your, most likely with your partner. Business partner too, could be also. Yeah. Alrighty, moving on to what else do we want to talk about? Well, hey, yeah, she's, yeah. And then we have going to Virgo. Virgo rising. Well, Mercury rules is ruled by you, and it's in your 6th house of work, of things you need to take care of that no one else will notice, that you need to do anyway. It's a journey that you need to go on. You're on your own. No one will see notice what you're doing or care what you're but it's the work that you do here in the 6th house is for you. The work that you do is very fulfilling to you and only to you. No one else cares what you're doing. You won't get many accolades for it. But you know what? Hey, you just have to do what you need to do, communicate what you need to communicate. And Pluto is going through your 6th house of work and all of these co-workers and the work environment. So transformation will be occurring here for you, Virgo rising, which is a good thing for you, actually, Virgo, because Mercury is in the 6th house, and Mercury and you do like to be of service to others. So the 6th house is service, servitude, of being of service. So perfect for you to do this, Virgo rising. Man, let's see what else. We have all these planets opposed in your 7th house, Saturn. Yeah, so Mercury is ruled by Saturn. So you'll also be doing the 7th house things with your partner, business partner, possibly also. All right. And let's go on to Libra. Libra rising. Well, Venus would be in your opposing you. As your ruling sign. It's not, well, this is going to be all about your spouse, your partners, business partners. Yeah, Venus, everyone, all your partners, everyone else will look good. You. um, Although you will look good, but if your business partners know better, they will make you look good too. If there's some compromise here, there's a push and pull energy or tug of war energy between Venus well, between Aries and Libra, as they are polar opposites. And Venus is in your 7th house of your partner, business partners, the marketplace. So actually, maybe the people in your clients could even make you look good, possibly giving you rave reviews, possibly. That could be too, because we have Jupiter. You have Jupiter in your ninth house of uh, uh, the other, um, well, higher learning, book publishing, and you'd probably be wondering about your religious beliefs at this time too. Your values, religion, religious beliefs, yeah, the law, government, things like that. Um, let's see. For Libra, well, Mars is ruling your Venus here, and that's in your 10th house. So actually, yes, as I said, your clients could, well, yeah, they will. There could be a possibility that your client, if, well, I know, yeah, Libra, you're very diligent and conscious of others anyway. Your relationship, you're a relationship builder. So the things your clients and your spouse say about you will go into your 10th house of your public persona and your career. So this is good news for Libra. Okay, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, well, Mars is ruled by your sign, Scorpio, and it's in your ninth house. Mars, yes, Mars is ruled by this Scorpio, or Scorpio rules Mars, is ruled by Mars. Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. So yes, so Mars and the moon is in Taurus. Since the Mars is in Cancer, the moon, it rules the moon, and that's in your 7th house right now, in Scorpio. So it could have something to do with higher belief systems, book publishing, that a spouse can help you realize and possibly edit and get things that you need to do onto the physical page so that you can get this book written, completed, and published, possibly for Scorpio rising, or if you're working on a project, uh, higher, something of a higher purpose here. Mars and Cancer in the 9th house. So yeah, probably initiating something here. Working with a business partner, bringing the emotions to uh, the emotional, well, it's opposing, Mars is opposing you too. So this is interesting. The moon is ruled by Mars in your 9th house, and it's opposing you. So yeah, your partner is probably helping you out here emotionally, and see what you need to do to bring you to your higher purpose. And with Venus in your sixth house, you'll be working more diligently on, yeah, your with coworkers, or even making or working with doing something of service. Yeah, some service work here. So yeah, Scorpio, nice. All right, let's go on to our Sagittarius. Sagittarians, I'm one of you. I'm a Sagittarius rising. And well, let's see. Jupiter rules your sign, and Jupiter is in your seventh house. So you'll be getting very popular in your marketplace, popularity with your spouse, or your spouse might be being more popular than you. Uh, there's more abundance that your spouse is getting, which is actually benefiting you too, because Mercury is in your third house, which rules Jupiter in Gemini. Mercury is in your third house of communication. The communicator, the planet of the communicator is in the house of communications. And um your in local places, your grocery store, your neighborhood, you'll be getting an overhaul of your third house with Pluto here too, and the sun. So yeah, some kind of outside of the box thinking is going on here for you, Sagittarius rising, the third of your third house. And Venus just moved into your fifth house of, so Venus, you could be more creative. You might be even right, it might even be more creative. Yes. Extremely creative here with when Venus is in your fifth house, starting on the fourth, the fifth, depending on where you are. Uh So, yes, actually, there'll be more. You could probably start gambling too. I wouldn't advise that, but to gamble. But if you have the means, why not? Um, this is the house of fun and creativity, and also children. You may enjoy your being with children at this time, or having fun, doing something creative, some creative things. Uh, with all these planets in the fourth house, um, no, well, nothing rules that. You don't have anything that rules Saturn except for Mercury, which is yeah, the third to the fourth. So yeah, your home could be will be more stable, and uh although it could be more, you could get into some kind of a spiritual practice here in your home. Or it could be that you're actually not seeing things because you're wearing rose-colored glasses. Everything is not as it appears, could be not as it appears to be for you, Pisces, in the fourth house here. So yeah. So what else do we have for Sagittarius? I think that's about it. Um, so your third, the fourth, and the seventh houses are most, yeah. So angular, the third house is a cadent house. The fourth is an angular house. The seventh is an angular house. So yeah. And Venus is in a uh, Venus is in a what? Oh my God. Okay. What kind of house? It's in a succeedent house. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So yeah, it's in a succeedent house. Um, let's see. I, all right. Are we still sharing? Yes. So, yeah. Okay. So that's in a succeeding house, Venus. And I'll talk about angular, succeedent, cadence houses in another video. So, yeah. And what they mean. So, yeah. And next, we'll move on to our Capricorn. Capricorn, well, Saturn is ruled by, is your ruler, Capricorn, and it's in your third house of your siblings. You should be taking some, uh, doing something with your, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So your neighborhood probably be changing some, you're not, yeah. You may be a little uh confused with what's going on around you in your local neighborhood or with your siblings, with Neptune here in your third house. Uh and since Saturn in Pisces and your second house, actually you're having some uh by selling a house, a property, or selling a business of some sort. Yeah, because actually Mars is trying to Saturn, so probably selling a business, getting because the seventh house has to do with the marketplace. So you're cutting and severing something from the marketplace, your business, your with or business partners. Locally, yes. Capricorn rising. Um, let's see what else. That's basically about all I see for Capricorn rising because Saturn is your ruling planet. It's making a trine to Mars. All right. Trine from Mars to Saturn. Okay, Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, you're ruled by Saturn as well. And Saturn is in your second house of finances, money, the things that you enjoy, that you eat and or put into your mouth, consume the things you consume when you're a consumer. Yes, you're consuming things. You're a consumer. All kinds of consumer stuff, finance and purchases. You're a consumer, buying and selling things. Uh, so, and that's making us trine from Mars in your sixth house to your second house of service and money. You can be selling your services. You will definitely be selling your services and getting rid of things, purging with Mars in your sixth house to get ready for something new. And yes, that's all I see for Aquarius rising right now with all these other planets that, but Saturn and Mars, since they're making a trine to each other, and we're making a lot of appearance overhauls, a transformational time for Aquarius, especially because Aquarius, Pluto is going through your first house. And Pluto is a very transformational planet. So you'll be transforming your persona, um, how you're seen by others. And yes, so, and we have all his Mercury and the Sun are here too. So people probably be talking about it and noticing it because the sun is right there on you. Spotlight is on you, the sun in your sign. Yes. All right. Pisces, last but never least, always best. Pisces. Well, let's see. Jupiter is ruled by your sign, and Jupiter is in your fourth house right now, Pisces. You'd probably be doing a home renovation or making your home bigger, and putting an addition onto your home. You will have the means to do so because Venus is in your second house. And Venus will bring money, abundance, bring very beneficial things, even though it's in a detrimental side. It's in the second house of money and finance. So, and Venus is the planet of money and beneficial things coming to you. And and we'll be making a trine to Jupiter or a sextile, I mean, sorry, a sextile when uh, Venus gets to maybe 12 or yeah, 11, 12, 13, yeah. Yeah, could be making a trine, but it's trine by sign, it's a mess, I'm sorry, sextile by sign at the moment, because Aries does sextile Gemini. The entire sign of Aries sextiles the entire sign of Gemini. So this is a very beneficial time to put some effort into saving for a home renovation or addition to your home. Jupiter, yeah, is in your fourth house of your home. Yeah, family, and maybe you'll be having a grandchild or a child be coming into your family, a new addition to the family. What else? I think that's all I want to share with you right now because the sun is an aversion to you, and these planets, well, Venus is also an aversion to you too, because aversion planets that are in the 12th, the second, the sixth, or the eighth, you cannot see you, and you cannot see them. It's almost like you have blinders on to these houses. So, and they are in aversion to you, as I said. You won't see anything going on here. Other people will. You won't, the other people will see it. You would just say that you do things behind the scenes, um, in a logical, in a logical way, trying to stay out of trouble. Yes, which is good. Planets in aversion always try to stay out of trouble. Uh, let's see. Moon in Taurus in the third. Okay, so you'll be feeling all your feels with in your neighborhood with their siblings and neighbors, local places like your neighborhood. What else? That's about it. I have for Pisces. All right. Well, this is all I have for Venus in moving into Aries. Venus, you'll have them, yeah. So Pisces, even though Venus is in your second house and it's an aversion to you, but you'll still be able to, when it makes a sextile to Jupiter. Uh, and Aries, double Aries sextile, yeah. No. And Aquarius, and also Aquarius. All right, well, yeah. Uh, Venus will also make a sextile to Aquarius planets too, which are also an aversion. So yeah, just be sure that you're taking your time doing things that are not troublesome. Don't spend too much on this renovation, or you might have, yeah. Alrighty, so that's about all I have. I'm going to stop this share. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian. Thank you for watching. And until next time, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. So hit the like button. Yes. And subscribe if you're new here. And you can always post a comment. And thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Take care.